Dear students and parents, welcome to the Test Prep Card YouTube channel once again. This is Pranay. You must have noticed many of other contributors on the channel as I couldn't get time. Now we have decided to shoot our complete new series on DASA and CIWG, which is also commonly known as the NRI quota. So this video is about what is DASA. So in a full form, it means Direct Admission Student Abroad, on which I'm going to get into each and every detail. But before moving on to that, let me just tell you that things have changed by leaps and bounds in the last year and a half. And the basic facts also got changed for the DASA CAWG eligibility. So we thought that maybe we should come up with a new series on DASA and CIWG NRI quota. So this series can be updated, is the updated one. If you are watching this video, I assume that you do not know much about it. So in case you wish to follow us along, you need to subscribe to the channel and go through our each and every video associated in this playlist so that you understand each and everything, starting from the DASA to your counseling process to ultimately to your admission gets finalized into the college. Okay, so follow me along. Okay. So coming back to the topic, DASA. As I told you, the full form is Direct Admission Student Abroad. What this technically means to you and why is this important for you to know? So let's go back and understand. So MHRD is Ministry of Human Resource and Development in India. They initiated this scheme called DASA and CIWG. Under this scheme, DASA and CIWG, all those students all over the world who belong to India or of Indian origin, be it you as a NRI, PIO, person of Indian origin, or OCIs, overseas citizens of India. Okay. So all these students who are settled abroad in different countries, if at any point of time they wish to come back to India for their UG preparation for engineering only. Okay, please be very clear. If you are a medical aspirant, if you are a commerce aspirant, it is not going to help you. This DASA and CIWG is not for you. This is for the students who are planning to pursue their engineering entrance exam, engineering courses here in India. Okay, this is valid for them, DASA and CIWG. Okay, so MHRD initiated this scheme so that Indian origin students who are settled abroad can take admission into the premier engineering colleges in India. Okay, and there are such approximately, I would say, 60 to 65 colleges that they have shortlisted, in which the DASA and CIWG quota is applicable. And these are not just like any other colleges. These are the premier engineering colleges here in India, be it NITs, triple ITs, SPAs. SPAs, if you don't know, is for the architecture, for the BArch, if I would say so. So DASA is this. Okay. There's an added advantage for the NRI students who are from the Middle Eastern region, be it your Saudi Arabia, Oman, Kuwait, Qatar, UAE, all Emirates in UAE. So all those students who are from the Middle East, they have an added advantage over it. But I'm not going to talk about that in this particular video because this video is about DASA. For that, you have to follow us along till our video goes to CIWG. And later when we are done with that video, I will leave that link in the I button here, somewhere here, I don't know. So I will leave that button. You can click on that CIWG video and you can check it out. What are the added advantages you are having? Okay, in the very next video I'm going to shoot now immediately after this is on the difference between the DASA and CIWG. So that is going to be very important for you. Now, without wasting much of your time, I would directly go and explain you the real meaning of DASA once again with the help of my pen and tablet. So let's see how it goes. Follow us along.
Okay, so now we are in our presentation for DASA, and here I've already written a couple of points, as you can see, about DASA. So let's just revise. So DASA basically means Direct Admission Student Abroad, and the point number 1, which clearly states, is NRI quota or reservation for admission in India at a UG level. Okay, so this particularly means that it is for the admission in Indian colleges at a UG level, and particularly for the NRIs or the OCIs or for the PIO students only. This is not valid for the Indian students residing in India. So the point number 1 is clear. Point number 2 over here, which says valid only for the engineering colleges in India. So the statement is self-explanatory that if you are looking for medical, commerce or any other stream, this DASA, NRI quota or CIWG is not valid for you. It is only valid for the engineering colleges and it's not for all the colleges in India. It is for that specific 65 engineering colleges in India which are coming under DASA. Okay, and for that I have already, one important point over here. Let me just write that down and to make you explain that. For that I've already, there's basically a ebook that we have prepared, okay, about DASA and CIWG. This ebook you can easily download from our description in the link. Okay, there is a description over there and you will be able to find this link. You can simply go through all the details that you would need in terms of DASA and CIWG. Okay, now come back to the third point, which says applicable only for NRI, OCI and PIO students. So this I've already explained. Now we need to go and understand one important thing over here is these conditions are fine with you, okay, but you need to understand the eligibility for DASA. Okay, these are the prerequisites, but even after having all these things with you, you need to have an understanding about the eligibility criteria. Okay, because there are many students and parents who do not know about it, DASA and CIWG or the NRI quota, and at the later stage they get to know that they are not even eligible for that. Even after they have studied abroad, they are not eligible for this. So now over here we will see the point number 1 says minimum 60% marks scored, which means in your 11th and 12th you need to have this 60% mark. If this 60% marks are not there, you are not eligible for the NRI quota. Then very important point over here is the second one, which is 10th and 12th completed from abroad. Now over here there is a confusion and we get a whole lot of emails every other day about this criteria. Many parents do not know that if their ward, for example, let me just take an example here. There is a student, let's say X. Okay, this X has studied, for example, 10th plus 11th from, let's say, Dubai. Okay, now in grade 11th, parent decided that they want to send the child back to India. Okay, so in grade 12th the child got admission in India. 11th, 10th and 11th they have studied in Dubai. The student has studied in Dubai. Now in grade 12th student is back in India. In this case the prerequisite of this 10th plus 12th completed from abroad is not met, which means 10th is from Dubai but 12th is from India. This is not valid. Okay, if this is your case, you are not eligible for DASA or for CIWG or for NRI quota. And disadvantage over here is that you can get admission in Indian engineering colleges, but the problem over here is that you will be given NRI seat. You will be called NRI only, even if the student has studied grade 12th in India. He will be called as an NRI candidate. You will be charged NRI fee and you will not get NRI reservation or quota. Okay, I hope I have explained this. If not, then there is no problem. You can, if there is any specific case, what you can always do is you can reach me on the given link in the description, and just leave us with your complete details, and I'll try to answer you as brief as possible. Okay. So coming back to the point number 3, which is the documentation requirement. So now documentation requirement is not is a very big issue. In most of the cases, these are generally met, and these are common documentations, okay, which you need to have, and I will give the list of the documentation in the link. Okay, you can just go back and you can check it out. Now this is an overview. Okay, as I told you that this video is just about what is DASA. Okay, and now I'm sure that you understand the basic idea of DASA. There are other aspects of DASA and CIWG and NRI quota that you need to know is about the eligibility in detail, because there are other eligibility as well. Apart from having these eligibility, you need to have couple of other eligibilities as well, which I will explain you in other videos. Then also you need to know about the seats under DASA quota. Okay, how many seats are there in the DASA quota in these 64 colleges? We need to know that. Then third point is fee under DASA quota. If you are going under these 64 colleges, how much amount you will be spending? Okay, being a NRI student, and what is the comparison when an Indian student gets into the same college? Okay, so we are going to talk about that also. Then the colleges that come under DASA quota, which is this one. Okay, so these are the basic things that you need to know before you plan for that. One important thing over here, okay, let's just come this point which I've written already. Additional tip for the ME students, Middle Eastern student, as I've described that in the initial phase itself, that the additional tip over here is the CIWG, which is Children of Indian Workers in Gulf. Okay, I'm going to make a video on this also, so stay tuned. This video is going to be there very soon, and this is an additional benefit over DASA. You will get to know about this too. And then second tip, which is very important for all the NRI students, which is called SPDC. This means scholarship program for diaspora children's. Over that we have already shot a video which is available here on the YouTube. You can search for the SPDC details by test prep card. You'll be able to find it, and I think it's very, very important for all of you to know. So just go through it once. Okay, so let me just come back to the original screen.
Okay, so this is it from the DASA point of view. I think I have explained enough from my point, but there's always a scope of having a question, and we welcome that. The comment section is open. Kindly post your question in the comment section, and I'll be more than happy to answer them all. But if there's any specific query, then kindly use the link which I've given in the description. Leave your details there, and I will try to answer you personally. And that might solve your problem. And yes, do not forget to download the DASA and CIWG ebook given in the description below, because that is the thing which can keep you updated with most of the upcoming challenges that you might face. Another last note, and I'll then quickly over this video, in this video, is that it is not only important for the parents or the students who are in grade 11th and 12th. More or less they have made up their mind, they might know about it, and they don't have a option left now, okay, about considering the DASA and CIWG. It is more for the parents and the students who are in grade 9th and 10th as of now, because this is the time when parents make mistakes. And for example, when we are abroad, we are doing counseling with the parents, and many of the parents would say, we are planning to send my child back to India or back to Bangalore, in any other part of the country. Then we ask them why. So they do not know about this eligibility criteria. If you send your child back to India in grade 10th or in 11th or in ultimately in 12th, you would lose on your DASA and CIWG eligibility, and you will still be called NRI student, and you will be made to pay the NRI fee. Okay, so this you need to keep in mind. So this is it. Thank you.